5 seconds remaining.
We've still got good signs for Rothel here. However, it just goes to show that experience does trump skill. Not really. I think that's a bit harsh to say. But certainly, we have seen some promising signs from Rothel, but some even more reinforcing signs from our boys on Knights. Does that make enough sense to you, Dev?
Was that reinforcing? Was that a cheeky little Rainbow Six Siege pun there, Robert?
Yeah, sure. We'll just pretend like it was. Yeah, I definitely meant that. Yeah, well, moving on now, Dev. We got Rhythm and Chiefs that are up next, and this matchup should really... I think we should put our cards out on the table here, Dev, and just say that coming into this season, I keep saying season, the whole bloody year is a season. This is a stage. I genuinely thought that it would be Chiefs through and through. However, there is a part of me that just thinks what if with Rhythm, honestly. Every time I see them, it's what if.
Yeah, well, Chiefs, we saw earlier today at the start, the bumper and the pre-show. Right, Chiefs, won stage 1. They might not have only come second in the regular season, but eventually they did take the championship in that grand final, took down Rothel and Knights. And I think we really hyped them up after that, honestly. We were like, hey, these guys are back in action. Fisher guys well integrated with the team now. War Turtle's doing a great job coaching them. And now that they've got the support of the Chiefs organization, including, the sports psychologist, Michelle, these guys are looking in hot form. That said, hasn't been so great so far in the OCN season. They did struggle against Rothel last week and did lose that game. And even though they beat Order, they also had a big loss in APAC South League, and 2 great big losses in APAC South League, in fact. So these guys definitely need to kind of redeem themselves, because while they are the reigning champions, they haven't been too hot so far.
Digital, what am I looking at right there? That was
I just love the cameras on these guys. It's the highlight.
Yeah. I really feel like Digital just got out of bed, I'll be completely honest with you. There's something about him that always seems half asleep. But let's move on to their opponents, which are, of course, Rhythm, who, they have shown us promising signs, as, kind of mentioned with Rothel earlier, but they are just... I want to say unfortunate when it comes to the close matches. There are so many times that we see them being pushed to overtime and either winning or losing. Regardless, you drop a point, or at worst case, you drop 2, and it just feels like that they've competed at a good level and they just aren't able to keep it up consistently enough.
Yeah, that's the tough thing with Rhythm is even though they have been sticking with this roster for a little while, Supremacist actually subbed out, he's back in today. These guys have struggled so far in the league in Stage 2. Stage 1 was great, though, from these guys. They had a lot of really, really close games, and they were kind of in that middle pack. They actually beat Chiefs in Stage 1. Really nice to see Supremacist back in action in the bottom left. He is, I don't know, a bit of a hamster. Like, he's just so energetic, and I absolutely love it. And I think if Rhythm win today, like they did last stage, then we will get him in for the interview as well. So I'm excited. Hopefully that happens.
Wait, hang on. Did I miss something? I thought Supremacists...
Yes, so did I. I saw him tweet out that he had been benched or something like that. And then our producer was like, oh, by the way, Supremacist is back. So I was like, yay, let's go. It's my boy.
But Supremacist, I typed F in chat for you. And now you're back in action. What? Anyway, I guess that's good.
So, I've got his Twitter up right now.
Yeah.
On the 17th of June, he said, just thought I'd tweet it before it's too late. I'm not playing Stage 2 of OCN. As of right now, I'm a substitute. That is all, smiley face. And then 21 hours ago, he retweeted that with the eyes emoji. And now he's back.
God. The eyes emoji. God,
That
it hurts
shredded
me.
emoji.
It's a constant theme, but
Yeah.
also a constant theme, Dev, is a need for a map, and that we do have in front of us now. Yeah! It was a little bit delayed on my behalf, I apologize. But Villa is where we go. Thank God Xenox isn't here, because we all know Xenox hates Villa. We need to get that hashtag trending, honestly. I think that would be the smart thing to do here.
Yeah, sure, I'll go with that. But hey, guess what? This is actually a rematch of their game in Stage 1, where Rhythm won 8-7. So this is a great, I guess, map to go to for Rhythm's perspective, because they've literally already beaten this roster on this very map. And you know, as for Chiefs, if we look a little bit further back, they did lose to Cyclops on Villa in the APAC playoffs. It was also a loss in Stage 1 to Rafflecopter and to Order. But all of those were close games, like the 5-7 to Cyclops. Cyclops is a really good team, so going that deep against them is something to be proud of. The loss to Rafflecopter and Order were both 8-7. Oh, sorry, no, there was no Order game, but the Rafflecopter one, 7-8. So a close one. So I think both these teams are strong on this map. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking out for the fact that Rhythm already beat the Chiefs guys on this map.
I guess a grudge match for the Chiefs, maybe something for them to play for, and the fact that we also just haven't really seen Chiefs at the point that we wanted to. Let's just be completely honest. The benchmark is up here, and oh god damn it! Right as I was trying to show, of course, I left it too late, and we're into the fly through. God damn it, Dev! I always ruin nice things. The whole point is they're meant to be up here and they're all the way down there. Regardless, you get the point. We're going to Villa and it's the second matchup of our night. Rhythm, they are in with a good look, but you just feel like the Chiefs should be able to lock this out.
They need to at this point. Chiefs have played 4 matches in Stage 2 across OCN and APAC South, and they've only won a single game, albeit it was a 7-2 against Order, so that's nice, but was only the one game. Let's see if they can find their second. Rhythm is generally, by most teams, rated to be the worst team in OCN right now. But with Supremacists back in, let's see if that can change. Match are taken off the board by Rhythm. Let's see what Chiefs reply with. Hibana, okay. So that's not a common ban on this map. And if I look at the previous times, it's usually Thatcher for Chiefs, Ace for Rhythm. So, yeah, fair enough. It leaves the Nomad in, so Flank Watch is going to be good. I like this Goyo ban, though. It's not necessarily a common one we've seen from them, but the Goyo is very, very strong. I've seen Rhythm run it a whole bunch, and if they have strategies that involve a lot of shields, they might have to rejig their operator lineups.
Mira to close it out. I feel sorry for Mira. We never really see Mira anymore. It's just, I mean, not that I really have since I joined Siege. Anyway, moving forward. Round 1, as the Chiefs look to prone a bit of an attack here. The ban's leaving a little bit open for discussion, maybe, as we head toward the first round. Novaics maybe just flashing the pulse to head back to the clash, or looks like that may be the play. There you go. We are going to the Living and Library, which is interesting because I feel like that is one of the first times I've seen that site played in a first site.
Yeah. Living Library is by far the least favored bomb site on this map. We've seen a couple of teams like it in the past, in local region of play, and it's LFO who used to love this. So in fact, whenever I play ranked, I'm always trying to convince my teammates to play this bomb site. We said, like, come on, we'll do the LFO strat, it'll be great. But, you know, sadly not the case here. A couple teams overseas have done it. I know Virtus Pro loved this site last year in the EUL. But here for Rhythm, they are going to be using that clash instead of a castle. The TLDR of this side is you really want to hold on to control upstairs in Vault there because of those holes to the floor. You can deny those common plant spots.
Certainly allows the choke points to be the real contestant, and there you go. It is the Chiefs that are out. 74% of you voting, of course, on the community poll. That is over at R6 Esports OCE. It's our very own Twitter channel. My guys, get over there and check it on out. Get involved in that conversation because we need more of it. We just need more of it. We need more love.
Yeah, I'm a very needy person. I need a lot of love.
Very true. And I just need a lot of reassurance.
Changing mags.
Pardon me, I'm eating pretzels. I'm really enjoying
Oh,
some pretzels
apologies.
right now.
My apologies. I'll let you eat your pretzels as Fisho guy starts to open things up. you can enjoy your pretzels for a hot second.
I mean, they're pretzels. Like, how can you blame me? I discovered recently that pretzels are just better than chips. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. The pretzels are better than chips.
Oh, Digital's better than anyone. The timing
What
on
is that
is
nade?
ridiculous, man. That was ridiculous. Supremacists, welcome back to OCN. I hope you're having a good one. And surely God Legion not about to find a second there. Who just gets away in time. Oh, God, I love to see that to start things off here.
Yeah, fantastic information gathering. The nades to the floor also take a lot of mechanical skill to time that right. So credit to these guys for employing that as part of their strat. But Fisher guy's gone down. God Legion. Can we please just get someone to type F in the chat? Someone, anyone. It could be any player on either team. Could be the observer. Someone, just please type F in the chat. No
Too
one's
late.
paying respects to God. I'm disappointed. That's all I can say.
Oh, it's one of those things you love to hate and hate to love, because the fact of the matter is the Chiefs have really not found too much success right now. They haven't got that top floor control due to the fact that Noveix will just be able to sit back and slow them down. There's a player over by top red as well that'll be able to support. Godly just getting lit up from behind the bar in games, and this really just is not looking that great.
Worthy's really struggling on these vertical angles as well. A lot of good info here for Ghoul as he goes for a swing, and he is going to finish off Didge. 2 players now left for Chiefs, and while it started with a bang, thanks to Digital, it has certainly gone downhill.
That's probably the politest way of putting it. Maybe there's a chance. Vast is on next to no HP. And just like that, a 2v2, but Vast is on no HP. Surely Noveix would drop him if he gets into his line. They're going to see the rotate come in. Drex is going to play a little bit closer now, and this is just surely undoable. There's no way that they're going to be able to pull this out. The flash!
Actually,
is going to flash him long
it does!
enough. Oh, no way, Des!
Oh my god!
Oh!
The air jab as well! And now it's a one-on-one Worthy v Drex. Those flashes were unbelievable! Worthy! MVP of OCN Stage 1, and somehow Chiefs win that. They can't believe it.
Looks like their luck is turning around, I guess. I mean, what?
Look at their faces. Look at
It was-
Digital.
There was just so much went on that round. Digital with a perfect nade. God Legion nades himself back. The flashes were unbelievable to get the plant down. Noveix gets air jabbed. Like, what? And the thing is, I'm almost certain that Worthy would have had to have put that air jab down after the plant was starting to really come in, because Noveix had just been peaking that seconds before. So that is massive, absolutely massive, to bring that round back from what is really an unthinkable. A 2 versus 4 with Vast on no HP. Outrageous.
Yeah, I really don't know what to say about that one, except for the fact that there was a lot of guts for Rhythm to take us to that site, and it worked up until that TV2, which is somehow was stolen by the reigning OCN champs. And look, I mentioned it in the play-by-play there, but Worthy has just been ridiculous. I've got the stats, and he has just been statistically ridiculous. All right, if I look at all of Stage 1, the player with the most kills in all of Stage 1 is Worthy on 159 kills. Second player is God Legion, by the way, so Chiefs have 2 of the top KD kill players. Highest for KD ratio is Worthy again. Also, highest for opening KD is again... Wait, I did my spreadsheet wrong.
Oh,
Z to A.
no.
Why is it not working? Oh, I can't see that, but I'm pretty sure it's Worthy as well. Anyway. Worthy's kind
It's
of
also not working.
goated. What is
Guess what? Your point's invalid. I'm sorry, because we're in a rehost. So damn your spreadsheets and
Wow.
damn you.
How dare
It's,
you talk about my spreadsheets like that?
To be fair, I do use them, so it would be absolutely outrageous for me not to plug them here in this beautiful moment. But God Legion, unfortunate, cheeky little sound bug has enforced a rehost for us. Stop biting your nails, Vas.
Yeah, it's a really bad habit, my dude.
Bad habit. Bad boy.
Fast. Come on, go.
Oh.
Look at Digital's little mo. He's actually kind of growing that out.
It's
Yeah,
kinda
lick those
scary.
lips.
Oh, don't.
Sorry, what? Did you say something?
Maybe we'll get an ASMR stream with Digital in one day.
Please. I
Oh,
want to know
sorry,
what his
DGTL.
moustache sounds like.
Sounds like? What?
That's ASMR, right? It's about the sound, so I want to know what it sounds like.
Oh man, I was talking more about the licking of his lips than I was about the mustache.
I mean, you could surely... I mean, I'm sure Leb would be great at ASMR.
Oh,
He's got, like...
Man,
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that! Man is just rolling in it. Look at all the guitars in the background there. He's got the sick-looking mic, all the artwork, got a nice couch in the background.
Mention his beard or I'll lose it.
And his beard is
There we
magnificent.
go. He literally looks like he's in a rap video. Honestly, every time I see him, I just feel like he's gonna drop a sick beat and just start going.
Need like a black and white filter on there, just like freeze frame, and then he just breaks it down. Yeah, as you can tell, I listen to a lot of rap. I clearly know what I'm talking about.
So much rap, man. We're hip with the kids nowadays.
Definitely.
I feel like look, it's not ideal for Rhythm to have started out the way that they have.
I mean, especially Supremacist. Like, we're looking at him now, and he's just come back in. He's like, got the eyes emojis out on Twitter. Oh, staring straight into the camera. First round in, netted through the floor. Never saw it coming.
Second round, rehost.
Yeah.
So essentially, he's cursed. Is what we're trying to tell you here. Was it Ghoul that was entertaining on the webcam last week?
Oh, did it. He did the good old cocking the gun, and you know, it's very intimidating.
Oh, you know what? There's one thing right now. I genuinely think that Drex plays in space.
It's just the purest black.
It's an endless abyss. It is an endless abyss. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know what's behind Drex, honestly. Like, the skeleton in those closets would, yeah.
You just want to, you just half expect like a pair of red eyes to appear in the background. And it's Flores, and he's just looking at you.
What? You really go hard, don't you? There's no story half finished with you.
What can I say?
Well, I guess we could probably say something about the game now because we are back into it. Appreciate you sitting through the waffle, ladies and gents. We do have a attempt now for a site that Monkey Fist used to call AVG. And for those of you that...
It's not just Monkey who said that. I'm pretty sure Kick started that.
Okay, but I have not heard it being called AVG since, alright? That's all I'm saying. Now that's got nothing to do with the fact that no one else calls it that, it's just because I don't pay attention, right? So essentially, Monkey Fist invented AVG, and to me, he is God. That is all I need to say.
Shout out to the OGs out there that remember All Mate Monkey. And Monkey, I know occasionally he does float around in the Rainbow Six scene. Might still watch a game every now and then.
Cheeky.
A true OG of the scene. I think he was the first like caster in ANZ. Like the first person who's just like, yeah, well, I'm going to talk about video games. And now you want to talk about a moustache? Whew, he had a moustache.
The you know there is a rumor going around that Warden's character was based.
Oh,
on Monkey
absolutely, 100%.
I can confirm it's not a rumor. Ubisoft themselves emailed me the other day saying it's confirmed. He is.
TV confirmed. CCG confirmed probably more.
Wrong game, my guy. Wrong scene. We do miss you, Monkey. We do miss you. If you're hearing this, we miss you. And one thing that we've also kind of been missing in this match is a little bit more of an idea as to what we can expect. I mean, at the moment, the way things have been going, look at this back-to-back supremacists.
Oh, so close. Here's breath away, that one.
What? Leb? Oh my god, okay. I absolutely tripped out. You know what
They're
I
on the
thought.
same
You know.
team, you sped.
Monkey, I think it's time for me to give my job back to you.
Yeah, please. Give me the good old monkey fist cast again. It's been a while. So, look, you said what can we expect? Now, Rhythm, they've been in performance in the toilet, but so has Chiefs, right? Like, only winning 1 out of their 4 games this stage so far. Definitely not I guess a success rate that befits the reigning champs. And Rhythm did beat Chiefs last stage. Now that they've got Supremacists back, maybe this is the moment for them. All of us! So close to nailing that.
And doesn't miss a beat. In fact, that's going to get both the ADSs, is it? Or it might just get the Banshee on the wall. Oh!
Everything!
The Rotero drones are ridiculous.
Oh my god. This is such a great way of clearing red. This red stairs position has been the bane of so many teams worldwide. Ever since it started to become meta! All the ADS is gone. The nade comes through. There's a flank up of Astro stairs, but Digital seems aware. Leb has done some damage in living. Supremacist shoots the Claimer and runs away to rejoin his teammate downstairs. That C4 won't find anything. The Chiefs have still done a pretty good job here clearing that red position.
Certainly puts them in a decent place to now try to force something from that northern side of the map. Landing now completely under control of the Chiefs. The Rotero drone looking to find anything it can. Unfortunately, it's not going to be given any more utility. And to be fair, I think it was really just the single barbed wire that we saw for a second. A little bit of damage being given to Digital, who peaks all the way down Classical, but nothing to write home about. Dev, 15 seconds. Hang on, what? Where did this round go?
Well, it has gone for Rhythm pretty well. Supremacist finds 2. Digital finds his entry onto site. Low HP. Peeking top main stairs. Ghoul is there to receive. Worthy's the last one left. And Leb's there to clean up what's left. Rhythm beat their drum and take down the Chiefs in their first round here on Villa.
Oh, get out. You know what, Supremacists? Just no. No. I was going to welcome you back, but the second I see a little ice in the veins, nah. I don't think that's the round to give ice in the veins, Dev. I'll be honest with you. I don't think that's the round.
I mean, he gets 2 kills and he's like, yeah, I'm unstoppable, let's go. I mean, I respect that. I respect that. That's all I'll say.
Does that mean much?
Well, I mean, it's a first round for Rhythm. It is defense here on Villa. Nothing to write home
sorry,
about.
I meant your respect.
Oh. Wow. I'm just going back to eating my pretzels, I think.
Enjoy your pretzels, my guy. Now listen to the wonderful soothing color. It's more like trying to walk over glass barefoot, listening to me color cast. But definitely extending down onto that first floor. You can see Supremacists alongside Ghoul, delivering some nice little bits of util. It actually looks like has that Electric Claw been used there? Yeah, it has too. So they're really going to be bunkering down kitchen here and ensuring that they don't give up that vertical control for free, which, you know, I feel can be quite an important piece of the puzzle, but it's not everything. So where the other Kaid Claw is, no doubt it's probably underneath to protect the 3-piece facing the 3-piece wall facing into bedroom. And slowly but surely, Dev, what do you think? Rating out of 10. How's the color?
Yeah, it's good. You know, not bad. You know, you talked about the Electric Claws and all that good stuff, and that's really what matters, you know.
But what was the size like?
Not bad. Good size.
Why are we like this?
I know. If you are still watching with us not muted, thank you. I appreciate you. I question your taste, but I appreciate you. Nice map control take now for Chiefs. They've been so deadly with the nades. Digital's found the opening pick with nades both rounds so far. God Legion pushing up Classic. Still a player in Aviator. God Legion's about to have Vault control, which should dismantle this and get a free kill here. There you go. Duel goes down. 90 control as well. This is just so methodical from Chiefs.
Yeah, you beat me to it. Looking really good. That clear of study into AVG was really gnarly. You know, they didn't miss a beat. They had Vault Wall open as Digital started to push in. They started to press study. It was just all but too clean. And now they've got so much time to play with. Minute 20 to start to idolize what they're going to be trying to achieve across toward Master Bedroom. It may not even require that at this point. If they can continue to find these picks off site, it's going to be detrimental to say the very least. God Legion's already got landing control as well, as Worthy getting a little bit closer. Supremacist though, it's a big kill to take down. The Fisho guy being the only one with presence across to Master.
Yeah, and that's also the diffuser gone down. Without presence Master, it's really hard to expose the positions in Master, and it really just gives the defenders so much more freedom. God Legion's gonna go down. There it is.
Jeez.
Now 3-on-3, and Rhythm have the advantage. Drex is in a really strong position at Dia, and like we've said, no Master control. Now Chiefs will attempt to salvage this with 30 seconds to go. Drex goes down on the site from Vast. And Worthy's about to pick up that diffuser. Supremacist has to hold on here, but now he's been taken out. It's all on Leb. 3v3 to 3v nothing. That's Chiefs taking their second round of the map.
Just when you think Rhythm have started to claw that one back, Chiefs, to be fair, have played that incredibly well. Both the first phase and the third phase of the round seemed to be theirs, even though for a short second it was not necessarily spiraling, but starting to nudge back in the favor. Really important to keep your composure in that situation. You know that you've still got the landing and a little bit of 90 control. Master's lost, and the second that they put the pressure on both Master and landing at the same time, kind of feels like it just forced, I believe it was Drex, into a really uncomfortable position, falling back to Stat. And from there, it's all the Chiefs' way. All the one-way highway. Now we will go down to the kitchen. We're not going to be re-attempting upstairs at all. And this is a site where really that vertical control will play a huge impact. So you would dare say that Chiefs are most likely going to try to sweep in a similar fashion across from Study, or maybe might even try to approach from a little bit closer to home.
Well, the drones is prepped for south side at the moment. Like, we look at where the Chiefs' drones are. There's not a lot going on here. We actually have Digital's got his drone all the way in Astro. That's such a good drone spot. I think if we can actually look at his POV, Mandy, for a second. How good is that? How good is that? Hidden on top of the projector. Like, this is a pretty common spot. It takes a little bit of parkour to get it there. And obviously that makes a lot of noise because you've got to jump. So, I mean, the fact that he was able to ninja his drone there during the prep phase without Rhythm hearing it is pretty significant.
I mean, it gives you sight all the way through to bricks, right? Like,
It's
that's
so good,
just, yeah, you can see all the rotates into Master. You can also see the Astro into Bot. Like, that's outrageous. And certainly will be a lot of information should it go unchecked, which you would just imagine it's going to be. And let's see how confident Chiefs are. Let's see whether this pre-phase of the droning has really set up a confident round for them. They have already lost 3 in the first 40 seconds of the round, though, so that starts to indicate maybe... Oh, no, it's actually just 1. I do apologize. It is Worthy that's on the Twitch, so
Yeah, true.
I
So
retract all statements.
It's funny, yeah, because they don't have... they don't start with 10 drones. They start with 8 drones because Worthies don't count.
Baited.
Yeah, I feel that. But at least Vast has got a couple extras. Let's see where he's going to send this one in through. It's just going to clear that first Banshee. Easy as you like. Also opens up some vertical lines. Probably won't be impactful, but there is a vertical angle there the defenders could use. Nice job from Fish, though. He's opening up the lines of sight into Stat from Master, and Chiefs once again just slow and methodical, taking the map control that they need. Next up, need to make sure that all this Astro and Trophy and Stat is completely clear before they get in. Then they're going to start on the vertical play, but they do need to be careful about C4s, especially when Drex has some black eye cameras upstairs.
Yeah, you kind of feel like Maybe there's a C4 prepped. Actually, there should be 2 C4s prepped by the looks of it, with the fact that there's still technically... Is it 2 that are being unused? Yeah, so 2, 1 has definitely been used, but there is 1 that's been pre-prepped, and I'd love to see where that's going to play dividends. Drex obviously with it in his pockets, just waiting for someone to give that information into any of the pre-placed cameras. And Chiefs are just going to have to play the hot potato game and not stay on dry land for too long.
Not sure if this is trying to kill. Just to clear the jammer for now. Here comes the setup onto Laundry. A breach onto site. God Legion finds the opening. Traded. The Chiefs have a really strong position now. Novax has got 1 gas left, and he's been taken out, so unimpactful. And here comes the execute.
Yeah, it certainly does. Fast and furious with only 10 seconds left. That's a great C4, but unfortunately can't find the player behind Tetris. In fact, he was getting closed on by about 3 different angles. I'm pretty sure from what I saw, that very first player from Chiefs just sent it in through sheets. There was a small little rotate hole for him to make his way onto site, and maybe it just caught Rhythm off guard. From there, very quickly did it just slip away. Like Butterfingers, the round's gone, and the Chiefs are looking so strong in these mini-games, Dev. They just seem to be winning them every single time.
And the difference there as well is like that roam was not contested at all from Rhythm. Like they didn't contest the top floor really, and Chiefs took that control really easily. So even though like Chiefs were in a 5v5 for the execute with 26 seconds to go, they still won that 5v5. Like you'd have some teams that if they don't find picks early round, like I'd look at maybe a team like Rufflecopter to potentially be an example of this. Like they're really good if they can get a man advantage, but if they can't find those picks early round, they really struggle to execute. But Chiefs are not one of those teams, like, because they're so good at clearing the utility on site, clearing these positions, and they've got someone who's ready to make a play, like you said, through sheets. I don't know exactly where God Legion made his playthrough, but he'd be another player I'd look to there. And the fact that Chiefs could just make that 5v5 execute works really impressive. And what's great, Rob, is they're just looking to inform. Like this is the Chiefs that we saw win OCN last season. This is the way that they played then. They just looked like they were in control, executing a game plan. But also having the flexibility and the individual skill to just be able to make plays when needed.
Yep. And that really is the big thing of this meta. New meta is certainly favoring that kind of play style, you know, being able to have a solo and hero play. For example, anyone who was watching APAC South last night would have seen, especially for Wildcard, a completely different approach. In fact, they were really starting to favor, you know, the kind of bold individual plays because they do have that capacity. And I feel like with Chiefs, they have always been able to do that. So this is certainly, oh my God.
I think almost every round has opened with a nade kill from Chiefs. Almost every single round.
That is just, you love to see how well timed that is as well. And Drex will be, I think he'll be pretty dirty at that, but it's good to see him on his cams. He's doing his duty for the team. That's all I'm going to say. That's all that matters at this point.
The downside is that it was Drex, of course. He's the Smoke. Everyone loves to mention the fact that Smoke's utility is active, not passive. So once he dies, you know, that's it. And Digital's actually trying to jump on top of the box. You don't necessarily need a buck if you have a sledge. If you can jump on top of these boxes, you can actually open with your sledgehammer some of the ceiling. Kind of funny imagining wielding a giant piece of hammer onto the roof. But hey, he finds one through the floor, through the vert holes.
Oh, geez, doesn't that work well? Oh, my goodness. The Chiefs are just swarming all over Rhythm right now. They've got essentially games control if they wish it, and it's only Leb on site from what I can see. Wherever Supremacist is, he's going to need to try to come up big. He's just joined his teammate by maps now, but surely this round's done. How on earth do you bring this back with such a huge amount of time left? Ooh.
All Chiefs need to do is just slow and steady execute their game plan here, and they should have this. But how you need to get back into it is with plays like that. Now Leb's found 2. Supremacist eager to find his own opportunity.
On the angle, this is getting really dangerous for the Chiefs right now. You can see 2 players underneath, probably going to be flanking up red, which is exactly what they're going to do. I love this. They use the time that is afforded to them, and now they can start to kind of pinch in a little bit more. Supremacist knows that he's got to deal with more than one angle. Leb finds a third for the round. Digital, he trades quickly, and Leb is stuck outside the site. God Legion can hold the line straight into the map's entrance, and just like that, the Chiefs bring it back. But goodness me, Leb gave it his best effort, and Digital, yeah, I'd be so hyped up if I just won a 5v2.
You gotta get your mental right, you know. I love that. Look at us having a good drink of water there. Stay hydrated, folks. Look at this 2K, man. Plays like that can bring a 5v3, and this one as well. Like Leb was the only one to find kills that round. He found 3. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Chiefs are just so damn good. Like the way that they've been playing, like, you know, another stat to back it up. Like all but one round, Chiefs have either got the plant down or won the round while planting. Like got all the kills. And just goes to show that they're just so good at completing the checklist. And even when things don't go to plan, you know, they always have a contingency. Like you said, the way they rotated back to red came up there.
Patience is honestly a big virtue, I have to say. And a virtue that's paid off in a massive way for the Chiefs. A 5-1 half. I'm not going to say it's in the books, but it would really just spell disaster for Rhythm. A map that I would say you're always looking at the very least a 3-3 half. I really do feel like Stat Trophy and AVG seem to be such strong sites for most teams. So at the very least, it's quite common 3-3s, but 5-1 on the attack is outrageously good to start things off.
Definitely would not expect a 5-2, a 5-1 rather, even a 4-2 would be really, really strong here for Chiefs. So at the moment, like no matter what happens, they have won this half. It'll just come down to their defense. Of course, if they can really just continue demonstrating this exemplary attack skill, it'll just be even more impressive. Look at that drone getting so much info. Little rats running around downstairs for Rhythm.
Speaking of little rats, Digital.
Had to do them. Oh, did you see that claw?
I did. I did see
nice.
that claw.
Yeah, underneath. But yeah, that's why you got to contest the vertical, because if you're actually putting your utility to defend that reinforced wall downstairs, you need to defend downstairs.
Yeah.
But I mean, Chiefs contested that. Where was that shot?
Right
through the vertical hole. Did Drex see him, or was he just opening the vertical hole?
Oh, I mean, can we pretend like he was just opening the vertical hole?
Oh my.
I love like you can almost see the body language on Digital. He had no clue as much as we didn't. Oh, this nade could be nice, but no. Oh my god, I thought he was going back into it there.
Bomb located by attackers.
So I think with Astro Control, it does give them the ability to split either site and cause mayhem, but you dare say that the Chiefs are most likely going to look to approach from, once again, a pinced angle. Digital underneath. What's he got? What's he got? What's he cooking up here? That's an okay nade, all things considered. Oh my god.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Dev, that's pretty much it. Stick a fork in it. It's done. The round's done, and so is the half. That is absolutely outrageous. 5-1 from the Chiefs.
On the back of that very, very difficult half, Rhythm to take their tactical timeout. Chiefs are up 5-1, Rob, on their attacking side with some honestly amazing methodical attacks.
Yeah, mini games just seem to be won consistently. Time and time again, they were flushing out roams from Rhythm. They were winning the util game. You know, we saw the Rotero drones really come out to shine across on red. We highlighted that. We're consistently seeing the Chiefs put up a good attack. Now they have to do so on their defensive side. Of course, attack right now for Rhythm, Dev, much needed.
Yeah, you know, that said, they're taking the attack as soon as they go into their attacking side. So a lot of teams would kind of, I guess, do it in their, you know, like, let's say 3 rounds ago, right? Like, Rhythm they just lost 4 rounds in a row. Surely at some point in that streak, they would have considered taking a tactical. Because at this point, like, they are going to have to go monstrous on their attacking side to even have the hope of pulling this to overtime. I feel like just the degree to which they lost that first half has made this game almost unwinnable for them. So you better hope that tactical timeout was bloody brilliant. Like, I really hope they have just reinvented the wheel or something here, and they're going to come out swinging, literally, on their attacking side. Because if not, that's it.
Certainly will be. It is a dangerous time to be there in that position. But I am convinced that they have reinvented the wheel. I am convinced they're about to pop off here, Dev, and show us something that we have never been seen before.
One step at a time for Rhythm. I guess let's talk about Chiefs here for a minute, because yeah, like they had some great attacks, but let's talk about what this means for the grander scheme of things. And we are going to have a chat to, I believe, Digital after this game, presuming they win, which they, I mean, I'd be amazed if Rhythm can pull this back. But for Chiefs, right, this is an important game. They've had such a poor stage 1 so far, lost in both APAC South and in OCN, including that really, really tight 8-7 to Ruffle last week. So getting this win under the belt would mean a lot for their confidence.
Would. Having said that, Supremacists may not allow them to. I mean, it's a very, very long string to draw, but it could well be the factor here. Rhythm, they don't give up without a fight. They're known for pushing teams to overtime. Regardless of the scoreline, 5-1 just seems a little bit out of reach, though. However, it's not my job to say no. I could not dare deny them of such a storyline.
Yeah, well, for me, the place Rhythm are at the moment is just that they're looking like the weakest team in the league, which is such a shame because they did not look like that in stage 1. LFO have stepped up, and Rhythm, unfortunately, haven't kept up with the times. Now Leb looking to make a play at such a tight angle. He's actually walking into a crossfire as well.
Oh.
Goodbye, Pop.
Jeez. Walks into a crossfire, walks out, finds a quick kill on a bird. That's not a really happy sign for the Chiefs. 2 players down now with 3 left. They're really running out of options here. How many of the C4s are still in play? It looks like none of them are pre-prepped either. So right now, it's literally, Dev, their will to live that is going to have to drag them across the line here in round 7.
It's a very good start for Rhythm, but executors everything. 40 seconds left. They've got a lot of picks. I feel like the point now of getting this vert is not to find picks, it's just you have to clear those key positions. But they're running out of time. They may just have to monster this and push through the site, use their man advantage and just refrag it out, because you can tell visibly watching these players that they know they're running out of time.
Yeah, it gets a little bit chaotic. The body language doesn't really pose too much of a threat now. It's just worthy, unfortunately. And he nearly missed the first kill. Yeah, you hate to see that, but there's nothing more left in this round. Supremacists open. He does close it. And that is, I guess, an important tack pause after all.
Pays off for them. Supremacist getting a bit of energy there. I love to see that. He doesn't stop. He's back in the team. I wonder what was it like before when he wasn't on the team. This team would have been so, I guess, lacking in energy, right? And if they had BB playing in the previous weeks, a bit mellow. So I mean, I like that. I like that. You know, every team needs a hype man, right? I mean, you do have some teams like Knights that are just cool, calm, collected, and cold, and they don't bat an eyelid during their games. But I think you need that energy to come from somewhere.
Yeah, I get, you know, it's a discussion of two different sides. You know, there is the calm and composure that you need for moments like that where things get chaotic. You just need a bit of a level head. And then on the flip side, when you win that round, you want to get up and about. And I guess when you look at most teams, they'll generally have at least one of those players, if not a couple. I mean, you look to Order, who have multiple. You look to Chiefs, they've got a fair few, in fact. You know, Digital is usually the most, do we say animated? I feel like animated is the right word.
Sure, and look, Vast really gets out as well.
He does.
Even, I was seeing God Legion come out of his shell a little bit today in the face cams, which is nice.
Yeah, I guess it's a good thing of face cams. We get to see a little bit more. I feel like with Vast and Digital's more of like the teddy bear that, like, you know, it's like, yeah, we won a round. And Vast is like, we won the goddamn round. It's just, it's two completely different approaches, but I guess it's the same conclusion, right?
We need to get the replays with the face cams to have comms in it at some point.
Oh, no, we don't. No, we don't.
I don't care if the players are worried that they're going to say inappropriate stuff. We need that. That has to be public. The community deserves to see this.
I don't know why I can't. Oh my god!
Worthy!
Oh, Worthy. What is the timing on that? Surely, is anyone giving him info there? It looks like there's a fair few players that could have been, but Supremacist once again opens the rounds. He's not here for just a cheeky name on the score sheet, Dev. He is making a difference.
That's opening pick 2 rounds in a row for Supremacist. Digital walking through fire. This show does finally put an end to Rhythm's most animated player. But this is, of course, a stat defense, stat and trophy, so Rhythm needs to do a lot more work after they take this vertical control. Novaic's trying to clear Util off the wall. Or there's a vertical angle with Fisher upstairs, and he loses his head.
Yeah, that's a one almighty kill, we'll say that much.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
And
Attackers have
minute 20
recovered
left, you don't have the smoke, you've got 2 C4s left to play with. As unfortunately, Worthy being taken down and out, eliminates one.
Vast might make a play here.
You reckon?
Digital's going to do it. Vast is baiting for Dig. They're actually going to push together and take out this player. But Gaul's watching and helping cover his teammate. Vast is gone away, but he does find a kill on his way out. Traded once again, leaving it just on God Legion in a 1 versus 3. 50 seconds, but he's got no C4, and the recoil on this 416 is quite the beast to control.
Doesn't matter. They're all coming from the one position, Dev. This is God Legion's time to shine. Oh, I played you all up, and that's how it ends. Goodness me. Cleanly done from Rhythm. They are making a statement here, Dev. However, you'd have to feel that Chiefs go to what is, I would presume, the most favoured site of all, and surely that is across in AVG.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're going to take a tactical timeout, so they'll have a minute to discuss this. So they better, I mean, because 5-1 is great. 5-1 is dominant on Villa is really impressive, but yeah, for Rhythm to come out of the gates on their attack and after their tactical timeout, find 2 rounds in a row, both fairly dominant rounds, does get a little concerning for Chiefs. But I like the fact that Chiefs are getting on this early. They're not waiting until they're 4 rounds in a deficit like Rhythm did.
These tac timeouts in online leagues have changed the game. Honestly. They have really opened up the door for teams to take... It's a minute, right? You think about that in the grand scheme of the game and you go, pish posh, you know? What does that really... What kind of impact does that have? But time and time again, we see how much it changes the mental, how much it changes the approach to the game. You know, you listen to the Knights talk, you know, from Juicy's perspective in the interview of last game, and he said, you know, we just had time to be able to talk out what was going wrong against Roffelkopter, and we figured out that they had a weakness, and we utilized it. You know, like these are the things that these tack timeouts are really starting to open up. And I really think that
Defenders, protect your bombs.
Rhythm have done a good job at using theirs. What about Chiefs? What do they got up the sleeve? Do they have enough here to halter what has been, let's be completely honest, a really great start from Rhythm in the second half?
That momentum though may switch now. Rhythm have had a chance to cool a little bit, and Chiefs have had a chance to chat. On top of that, you already mentioned this, but Aviator is generally regarded as the best site on the map, and Rhythm are yet to attack that. So we haven't really seen if they're any good at attacking this bomb
10
site.
seconds left before insertion.
And Chiefs have had a little bit of extra time as well to discuss how they want to play this.
5 seconds left.
The fact that they've lost 2 picks in the previous 2 rounds very early, Supremacists found the opening pick both times around the 2 minute 10 mark. It does show us that Chiefs fighting with a little bit more they can chew. You can see 4 players shaping up for the map clear from the master side across. And Chiefs are actually setting up quite a significant amount of reinforcements. Even a mute jammer in stat as well. So they're going to try and hold on to this. What I think Chiefs should do, shoot some drones and then fall back. Don't give Rhythm the opening gunfight.
Certainly been an impactful start each and every round that Rhythm have had on their attack. And they may well just listen to the advice of Coach Dev here. Certainly Worthy has backed away to landing. It's not having the impact that we generally see from him. 2 and 4 right now. But at the same time, you know, Vast has really been playing quite well this game. And here we go. Rhythm now clearing out all of that northern side of the building. It really gives them a lot of room to move.
Good map control now for Rhythm. Though, unlike the previous rounds, they weren't given that opening engagement. So we're gonna have to see how Rhythm do in a 5v5, right? Like, this is testing Rhythm's problem-solving skills rather than their entry fragging skills. But I think it's smart by Chiefs. Because we know that Rhythm have proven to have good entry fragging. But when it comes to cracking the really hard nuts, like trying to break 90 control or Tom's control with top of main stairs, or like actually exposing the players on site and go for an execute, that we haven't necessarily seen Rhythm do, at least not when they don't have a significant man advantage. So doing that in a 5v5 is, I think, going to give Chiefs the best chance to take match point here.
Significantly more difficult without a little advantage, without a little lead, and now you're starting to see it. Really, how much of Rhythm been able to accomplish in the last 2 minutes. God Legion's still stuck in study, getting flashbacks. I believe it was of an order play in that position, but it looks like they have a pretty good idea. Digital has gone down. Cool's actually going to start planning. What has gone on here? Oh, the smoke! It doesn't hit its mark there. They can't deny it. Post-plant 5v4, this is chaotic.
Worthy's on for the retake below, though. Vast swinging outside of study, loses his life. Drex holds it down. And now Fisher, guys, the last man standing. He might try and stick it, but no, Vagues comes around swinging. And Rhythm have just found 3 rounds in a row. Right on the back of Chiefs' tactical timeout, they keep that momentum flowing.
No, Vagues throws up the L. That's exactly what they've delivered to Chiefs. That's 3 sites in a row, all different. Dining, Stat, and now AVG. Signs are not all that promising for the Chiefs. I'll be honest, Dev, we had really hoped for the Chiefs to come out firing in this second half. We needed to see a good showing from them. We needed to see the Chiefs of stage 1. And right now, slipping into old habits. It's not a pretty look.
The one point of failure for Chiefs that round was the fact that the gas miss from Fisher. It's funny, like I'm looking at a screenshot of the replay right now, And it looks like it's so close, but somehow Ghoul survived that. It just tucked in the corner a little bit. Of course, keep in mind that the way that Smoke's gas propagates was changed coming into the North Star season. So maybe Fisher hasn't, I guess, nailed all the Smoke lineups like he used to. Because that one unfortunately did miss, and it did cost them the whole round. Now, fortunately for Chiefs, when it's something as simple as that that's a problem, you can kind of be like, all right, all I have to do is have better plant denial, and we win that. But instead of retrying Aviator straight away, they're actually going to go back to Dining. Now, we saw them play this on the first round. Now, since then, they have had a tactical timeout to talk about this. I really sure hope that the Chiefs have something here, because that 5-1 lead is now dwindled to an almost even scoreline. Yeah. Rhythm are well and truly on the comeback.
They certainly are. And you want to talk about that first round, it really felt like Rhythm had the upper hand the entire time. Regardless of kills, you think about the kind of vertical control that they had so early on. And with a site where really you can just be displaced so easy from your anchor holds, you do need to hold that for as long as humanly possible. Right now, Rhythm really just are not taking any time in setting up. They are trying to get in there and in the faces of the Chiefs, trying to disrupt any kind of rotates out, but it does leave a little gap, and a gap that Digital's found.
Novax has done a great job of delivering a lot of information about where all the gadgets are to the rest of Rhythm. Now that he's been taken out, things do get a little bit more difficult. That said, Digital's been taken down. It's his C4 and Pulse cardiac sensor not going to be used for the rest of the round as well. Rhythm is starting to take some good map control now with Living in their hands. I think they're starting to shape up really well. Now, my question is, how are they going on the vertical control? Do they have any presence upstairs? Because if they choose to ignore this, well, they better hope that Worthy can't deal some serious damage from upstairs.
And now Vast going side and side. Brothers in arms. It feels quite dangerous the way Rhythm are shaping up right now. All starting to approach from around that mud area. Worthy as well could get into a really, really dangerous position. I mean, surely they are able to spot this out and they won't fall to an easy kill. But it just feels like this vertical control is going to be so important.
Oh, Premises unfortunately concusses himself on that entry. I just want to know what the execute plan is here for Rhythm. Because there are so many angles to hold, and there are so many places and players to be cautious of here as Rhythm make the execute happen. Ghoul has the diffuser. He's going to push in through China. Supremacist finds the entry kill. God Legion does take down Drex and Ghoul and Supremacist! God Legion! He is a god!
You can see how much that means. So animated. My God. I think I've seen a couple of them hit the stage 1, you know, Super Saiyan mode. I think mainly Digital, of course, because that's just what we expect to see from him. But God Legion getting very, very vocal there, and needs to as well. You know, you don't know what happens if God Legion doesn't even find 2 kills there. You just, honest to God, there is no real telling what Rhythm are able to do if they can trade that kill out. So that is an absolutely massive play that we will definitely not be understating in this post-match. But it really gives map point to the Chiefs. Puts them back on the right foot again. Surely the morale for Rhythm in the bin.
It must be. When 3 players all fall and still there's no refrag and God Legion swings the final corner with the pistol, for God's sake. Man, that's just insane. That is not something you see every day. And it's definitely going in the highlight reel. I really hope that after this game, God Legion chucks that one up on Twitter so we can see it with his comms as well. The reaction of the team must have been unreal.
Surely the vocals was just nothing but screaming. Surely. Anyway, it's just absolutely massive from a player that, in my eyes, has been so consistent for the last 2 years. Talk about someone that hasn't really had many lulls, that has been a phenomenal presence on this roster. And maybe again. Oh, he got baited. Both of them were right there. Oh no, and Worthy's being caught out. Dev. It's happening again.
Yeah, good live droning there. Does get Novax the first kill, and unfortunately, like you said, that C4 unfortunately not landing. And while Chiefs do have match point, they don't have much of a buffer here. Rhythm are right on their heels, and this has been an unbelievably attacking-sided Villa thus far. As Rhythm start to take map control, they've done a good job of AVG. They don't fully have control downstairs, but of course, Godlegion is a lot less dangerous down there now that he doesn't have that C4. Still, Vast has one. He might rotate and take Godlegion's position. At the moment, he's... In fact, that's exactly what's... Is that exactly what's going to happen? No, he's currently playing stat. As we see the rest of Rhythm start to shape up. Oh,
Is that
no,
led through
that
the
was from
skylight?
roof. Yeah.
Oh no. Things you hate to see, 101. And now, Chiefs, they just continue to dwindle away. Surely the heroics of Godlegion is backed up here. Digital and Fisho, two players who are completely capable of doing the unthinkable. I mean, this is just a really, really bad sign overall.
A difficult position. Oh no, the timing! Supremacist, you are goddamn lucky that that worked. And now Fisher has diffuser. He has some gas babes to start to dictate how this plays out. He has a lot of info as well. And he is a demon with this SMG-11, but he's got to waste a lot of time here.
He does. Having said that, he can find one and fall. That he does. Diffuser still in his control. Does he catch them on the way out? No, he lets them escape. Drex, knowing he can hold that line, keeps him at mats. And that's big, because it's map point, and they're not allowing them any further. Rhythm are going the distance. This is the last round before we reach overtime. The Chiefs have it in them, because right now, Rhythm have convinced me.
Rhythm have done an astonishing thing right here. They've sat down, stared at the barrel of a 5-1 deficit, taken their tactical timeout on the side switch, and done unbelievable things on their attacking side. The only defense round that Chiefs have won was on the back of that ridiculous 4K from Godlegion that, let's be honest, like that shouldn't have happened. It wasn't like that is something that's simply replicatable for Chiefs. It's not like they can say, well, at least we won this bomb site. That's a strong bomb site for us. Nah. Rhythm have beaten them on Kitchen, Stat Trophy, and Aviator Games. Chiefs are at a loss here. And I mean, Rhythm, they may well continue this into overtime, which would firstly steal points away from Chiefs. Or Rhythm could just take the whole game away at this point as well. With the momentum that they have built, I wouldn't count them out.
Nope. Not even slightly. Such a dangerous position to be in. And, you know, this is... It's echoing the issues that we've spoken about. And not to play... Not to be that guy, but really we are going to start asking huge, major questions of the Chiefs soon.
You want to hear something else?
I do. I would love to hear something else.
Rhythm start on attack in overtime.
Oh, that is not a good sign.
They can't let it get any further than this, the Chiefs, because they're going to have to win a defense anyway.
Here I was batting on about the security of the defensive side, and well, that's been all squashed and completely shut me down. Regardless, it really is on Chiefs. It really, I cannot stress this enough. They have to tighten up here, and that's one way to do it. Worthy with a massive pick onto Novax.
Worthy has had a very quiet game. Now, we did have a rehost, so this isn't the full scoreboard, but Worthy was the MVP of Stage 1. Most dangerous player in the entire region at the time. But his had a quiet game, so it's nice to see him get back into it. Supremacist has also been really dangerous on these entries. Rhythm overall have been great on the entry. So the fact that Chiefs have found that is big. There's only been one round in this entire game where the opening kill has not been converted. So by Chiefs finding that, it has just immediately skyrocketed their likelihood of winning this round.
Which, to be fair, coming into it really wasn't that high, or so you wouldn't think. Although the last time Rhythm approached this site, they did go for that very deep plant, and unfortunately not protected by Fisho Guy. The smoke just missing on the other side of Vault Door. This time, sure that lightning will not strike twice.
Honestly, I think that the play here for Chiefs is just, you have your pick, just completely fall back. That was a bit of damage. Oh, actually, it wasn't any damage at all.
It was close.
A very nice effort there, but I think the play here for Chiefs is just play it slow, like wait for Rhythm to try and make the execute, and then play for plant denial. But Fisho's actually fluffed up another smoke. He only has one left. We have C4s on Worthy and God Legion. It's a bit iffy on whether they'll be able to get into a position to deny, and I don't know if I'm even confident in Chiefs' plant denial anymore because of that.
God, it looks like Supremacist has a very good idea. Surely that sound cue was heard. I mean, it's a very far way away. And the thing is, he can really get into a position to deny this. I don't know what Rhythm have to really stop Worthy from getting underneath him. This could be everything that they need, Dev, with 10 seconds left.
Why are they... Okay, they are going to go for the plan, but they feed everywhere else. And this is just looking impossible for Rhythm. A flawless round from a 5-1 advantage. Chiefs get pushed to the wire, but they close it out when it matters.
Oh, goodness me. They will push to their limits then, there is no doubt about it. And you really have to take your hat off to Rhythm. God, Legion, what a tongue, man.
Oh, man. What a bloke.
But honestly, props to Rhythm. Once again, just another highlighting moment of how dangerous they can be when you let them in the game, how far they will push you until you can respond. To be fair, that was Rhythm's half. That almost could have been Rhythm's game.
Yeah, in fact, that final round was just by far the worst attack from Rhythm and the best, most convincing win for Chiefs. If God Legion had not found that 4K on Kitchen Dining, then I don't reckon that we would have seen Chiefs win that game. Simple as that. I do wonder what happened there for Rhythm, though, because the final round, they'd won that bomb site before, and yeah, it's one thing to lose the opening pick, but after that, they had no presence downstairs, they were vulnerable to the C4s, and they just kind of push into the meat grinder around study and classical hallway, instead of just focusing on getting that plant down. Bit scary for them. Unfortunately, they do fall at the final hurdle.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Unfortunately for them, and fortunately for the Chiefs, you know, this...
Yeah, production, you had to do him like that. You had to do it. You had to catch the replay.
Do him dirty. How about this to kickstart it, though? 2 versus 4 from Worthy and Vast to even make that to a point where it's a post plant. I mean, the brain there is unbelievable, and honestly, the way that this started, the fact that Rhythm were even able to get back into the game is just absolutely absurd. And they deserve full props for what they have achieved here. Unfortunately, you know, what you can achieve in one match really means nothing in the grand scheme of things if you don't walk away with any points. And that's the sad truth, is the 5-1 half that they had in the first half really just ensured that it was going to be utter devastation for them. You know, nothing to take away from their character, but at the end of Stage 2 and heading to Stage 3, Dev, we are looking to them to be really the lowest seeded team, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, it's a shame really, because Rhythm did have a strong Stage 1 and they did beat the Chiefs back then as well. They had a lot of really close overtime games, as has been the story of Rhythm for such a long time. They were relegated out, of course, and they managed to get back in, fortunately, with how things panned out with the old Melon Cat guys. But I think Rhythm, you know, have definitely had a disappointing time so far in the season, but they've certainly had flashes of greatness. Like we talk about the games that we've seen them play like already. Like for example, that Knights game, they got smacked 2-7 in terms of the scoreline, but they actually played really well. I remember casting that game and I was like, okay, Rhythm have a lot of really good things. And I think it was even Juicy admitted in the interview, like 2-7 doesn't represent like how close that game was. So Rhythm have a lot of good things. It's just unfortunate for them that they're not able to close out a lot of games. And unfortunately, yeah, looking like potentially the bottom team in the league.
Yeah, 2-7 may not have been a good scoreline for them on the first day and not represented how close they played, but certainly 7-5 is. And I'm going to speak to Digital and find out how close that game actually was, because Digital, it's good to see you again, my friend. It looks like a little sigh of relief there. Is this the case?
Yeah, a little bit. We're always like in the game, our levels. We were maintaining our levels throughout the whole game. It did sort of seem like they were sneaking back in, but it's just good to close that out, I guess. I don't know. That last round was pretty textbook from us. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to talk a little bit about your defensive side, because you know what was happening there. It was really, really difficult for you guys to get back into it. Yeah. And then on that final round, you know, very, very convincing. So maybe can you break down a little bit what was actually going on in terms of the gameplay for you guys on you know, what led to that?
I know for a couple of rounds, like for 2 rounds specifically, one they just walked onto site and we didn't even know. Killed me. We have no vault players. We couldn't hear them planting. They planted. So that was a bit of a how you going moment, I guess. And then there was another round where we were playing really, really sort of split up, trying to contest their entry. But in the end, sort of was our downfall, because they were also doing the same thing. I don't know. It was just like, instead of playing together, it was like forcing the 1v1s, which is what you don't want to do against a team like this. So I think after that, the round started to get a lot closer, and we sort of just started to gain control of the map again.
Now, there's no doubt that the first half, 5-1 scoreline that you guys ran off to is that's a really decent buffer for you to play with. But I would love to don't worry, there's not a dig. I'm not going to have a dig at you. I can see you get a little cheeky smirk there. There's no shade being thrown. I did want to figure something out on their attack, because your attack, obviously, you were winning those mini games just left, right, and center, consistently winning the roam clears and everything like that. Did it feel like that when you were actually on your attack? Like where does the sense come from?
We're just playing step by step, just sort of textbook seed, if you will. Sort of assessing each step, and establishing cutoffs and just like nading them out of their positions. So I don't know. That's just like against a team like one thing this season I think we're really good at is like being able to switch it up like that. So versus teams like South APAC, you don't really want to do that step by step sort of play style. You need to be able to like switch it up. So, but a team against like Rhythm, you can sort of enable that play style again. So, yeah, that's how we played tonight, and it was easy on attack, but on defense, yeah, we were letting things slip away. But yeah, no, good to close it out, I guess.
Yeah, it was beautiful watching your attacks. But I mean, let's talk about your season in general. Obviously, you did amazingly in Stage 1. You ended up taking the championship. And of course going deep in APAC South as well, but Stage 2 has been a bit rough for you guys so far. You had a good opening game against Order, but then you lost last week to Rufflecopter, and of course in APAC South you've been struggling as well, 7-1 against Q-Confirm, and then you lost 7 rounds in a row to Elevate. How do you guys feel like you're tracking in terms of your form? What have been like kind of hiccups, and what are you guys doing to combat them?
Look, those games, I feel like I could go over each game and sort of explain why we lost. And I think that's why we're not worried. We know what the problems are, and we can easily assess them and fix them, and we know how to go about those sort of fixes. So, yeah, some minor hiccups. I think we had a similar sort of start to last season, but it's finished strong. So, here's to sort of replicating that. Just game by game. That's how we got to play these tough weeks. We play so many matches. Yeah. No, we know the problems. We're familiar with the solutions, so just a matter of executing it.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? I've only got one more question for you, and it's can you break down every play that you have specifically so that everyone watching can get a good read on you for the future? Because apparently you guys have a big brain. You just got to use it, mate. That's all you need to do is just use it. You know what? We're going to leave it there. DGTL. It's always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Matic always for running his mouth. Thank you guys. Cheers for the cast.
Hey, you know what? Like, okay,
That's right, I'm not with this guy.
Look, I'm a coach behind this, not in esports, in sport, and the very first thing you talk about is can you identify where you went wrong in your own individual performance, and if you can, it's fixable. That's just it. And by the sounds of it, the Chiefs have got a good idea.
Honestly, like, that is the best possible answer you could get from a guy like Digital in a moment like that. When I asked him, what went wrong? I know, have you had a poor form? And he's like, yeah, like I could speak for hours on each of those games and tell you what went wrong. That is exactly what you want to hear. The more issues you're aware of, the more things that you're going to be able to do to fix them. And when you see a game like today, right, Chiefs, particularly on their attacking side, like Digital said, it was textbook. It was really, really good. I don't think it was Rhythm playing bad. I think Chiefs had a really, really good attacking side. And I'd say the same on Chiefs' defense. I don't think Chiefs played that poorly on the defense. Like, yeah, Digital mentioned there were a couple of how you going moments, but Rhythm really, really deserved to push it as deep as they did.
Oh, that did crack me up, the how you going moments. Well, you know
He's
what?
so well spoken.
Yeah.
I love him.
Is he? Is he? That's the real question. Anyway, we love Digital and we love the Chiefs. Of course, we love Rhythm too. But you know what we love? We love an absolute banger. And up next, we have none other than Porter taking on Wildcard. We'll be right back after this.
Ready?
6 years ago, I met a pilot. She saved my life.
Damn.
That symbol, what does it mean?
This jacket was my father's. Dagu Wankan, Wichachpi. The Creator's star has many meanings. Love, wisdom, bravery.
Suits you.
Listen, I need to get this bird in the air. You try to get some rest.
You're the boss. What's happening?
Shh. Wait, that's it? What happened next?
Why don't you ask her yourself?